Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to another episode where I review fountain pens. This time I have for you a classic Italian beauty from the beginning of the 1970s. I bought it in its original box. You can see it is a metallic box, an aluminium box. It has some plastic materials here and here. And it opens like this, so the cylindric opens like this. Of course, we are talking about the Aurora Hastil. I've already done a review on my channel with the Aurora Hastil, but I'm excited to show you the original version of this famous fountain pen. As you probably know if you watched my other review, this was a trendsetter. It was designed in 1969 by the Italian architect Marco Zanuso, and it is a famous design which is part of the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and it is a representative piece of the modern Italian design. It influenced some famous fountain pens like the Mont Blanc Noblesse, and it came in a period where the fountain pen industry needed innovative designs to make the fountain pens, which was quite an antiquated written instrument, still attractive to the market in a strict competition with the ballpoint pen. So the box is quite simple. This is a plastic, this is plastic. The fountain pen is right here, and I will remove it and place it right here. And it contained also a hidden compartment. You can see this arrow, and if we pull on this side, we can see the two original cartridges. They are empty. I will put them here. And I believe just by the shape of it, it included two cartridges and an ink converter. Unfortunately, the ink converter is missing. But I didn't pay a large sum of money for this model, including the original box. You can see the original box has some wear, some scratches. And guys, I will leave the box right here. By the way, I paid 268 lays, or approximately 54.44 euros, or 66.34 American dollars. We will look at the beautiful pen. I will show you its characteristics, and after that I will compare it with the vermeil version, the version that was already reviewed on my channel. This is of solid silver, gold plated. In fact, this is the method called vermeil, the gold plating of solid silver, sterling silver 925. And why not? We will do a written sample with it. For the written sample, I will use those original cartridges that have Aurora painted on them. You can see they have still residues of some blue ink, and for that I will use a syringe. I have here a syringe, guys, a medical syringe. Be careful, it has a pointy, sharp needle, so when you use it with careful. And a glass of water, so I will clean it with the syringe and a glass of water. And after they are clean, I think I will use some Mont Blanc ink. Yes, I think I will fill it with a little Mont Blanc ink, and we will see how it writes. But before I make all of that, let me show you the beautiful fountain pen. Let me give it a zoom. So you can see the theme of simplicity. It is in the same time a classic and a modern design. it has this aspect of a cylindrical column, and this aspect is also shown on the original box that this pen was launched. So, a design of 1969, it first appeared on the market in the 1970s. The designer, Marco Zanusso, managed to create a simple but elegant writing instrument. And you see, it uses this steel, this nice looking steel, plastic, and a beautiful, beautiful gold nib. The gold nib was chosen to reflect the silver color of the body of the pen, and you can see it. It has a clean design. On the left side, we have 14 KT carat, so we know it is a gold nib. Unfortunately, guys, this fountain pen had a little problem, and you know that on my channel I like you to know the little weak points of the fountain pen. In my opinion, the weak point of the fountain pen is this piece, this grip section made out of plastic. All the have this factory code engraved in them, but this has a little problem. It has this part cracked over here. And let me tell you a little story. So you can see it's a little crack, barely noticeable. And when I bought this fountain pen, the seller didn't tell me about this problem, and I think he didn't knew. Well, when this fountain pen came to me, it was all covered in ink. So imagine this beautiful gold nib all covered in ink. And I had to clean it underwater. After I cleaned it, I saw that this part was moving, and I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to see this beautiful feed. Well, guys, you must know this isn't a simple feed. In fact, it is the innovative capillary feed of the nib. The Hastil has a patented leak preventing capillary feed called hydrograph. So this is the hydrograph. You can see lots of plastic pieces. It almost reminds me of a design. Remember, guys, this is the 1970s, and this reminds me of a design of a Chinese. You can see a Chinese feed. There are also lots of legs on the Chinese feed. Let's leave the Chinese fountain pen aside, and this is the feed that I wanted to show you. And let's return to this piece. So this piece, it is slightly broken here and here. It is a shame. Well, I have the other part, the other Hastil, the vermeil Hastil. You see this has a gold nib made from yellow gold. And I want to show you this part on this fountain pen. So on this fountain pen, it is quite flawless. But I still maintain the belief that this is the weak point of the whole fountain pen. You can see the whole fountain pen is a metallic fountain pen. It's quite a robust and a resistant material and a resistant fountain pen. The only weak part is this part. I will try to put it back together. And guys, let me give you a little zoom again. So it rotates on these threads, but because we have a broken part, it simply rotates and it doesn't stick. I don't think this is a major problem, but I will tell you when I will do the writing sample. It all depends on how you hold the threads in your hand. Of course, this part is compromised. I'm not so sure if I can find another part like it on the internet. So the only weak point of this fountain pen, in my opinion, is this plastic grip section. We have painted on the end of the cap Aurora. I have here another beautiful design element. This clip, it is quite springy, let me show you. And it was a special design that makes it quite slender. It is quite close to the body, to the cap, but it is quite useful because it is springy and it can be adapted to every shirt pocket. The pen works best when it is posted. And the designer, Marco Zanusov, thought of every detail. You can see those two little plastic legs at the back of it. Oh god, it is a shame. Look what happened. Oh, yes, it's definitely a bad example. And guys, I will try to leave it unposted. So it posed like this. This is a breveted system with those two legs, meant that you can post it quite easily without worrying that metal on metal could leave scratches. So quite lots of attention to details. Too bad that this plastic part, the weak point of the fountain pen. I'm not so sure how it developed these cracks here. Maybe someone tried to clean it in some part of its life and it damaged the grip section. But I assure you, I only clean it with water, and when I dried it, I noticed that it can be screwed. And I said, oh, nice. And after that, I saw that it had those cracks. So, guys, this is the beautiful Aurora Hastil. In my opinion, I think it's a true tribute of the craftsmanship and beautiful and modern designers of the Italian writing instruments industry. And indeed, Marco Zanussi managed to create in the late 1960s a true modern design combined with the beauty and simplicity of a classic piece. This design proves to be timeless and, in my opinion, is very attractive even now after more than half a century from its creation in 1969. Guys, this is the fountain pen. I promise that I will compare it with its vermeil version. So first of all, the vermeil version doesn't have Aurora written at the end of the cap, but instead it has Aurora written at the top of the cap, Aurora, and this steel version doesn't have Aurora written on it. Of course, another major difference is the nib. We have a white nib versus a gold nib, and those are the only differences between the two models. They are the same length and overall they have the same dimensions. So guys, I promised you that I will clean the original cartridges, and for that I'm using a simple glass of tap water and this syringe. I will fill it. Okay, I think this is sufficient. And after that, I will insert it in this. Well, interesting, guys. I'm just noticing it right now. This isn't a normal cartridge. No, no, no. It has a small hole. I hope I won't ruin it. Let me take only one. And I will try to insert the needle right in that cavity. And I'm going to push. Let me show you. Push in some water. Okay, it appears that no, it's not entering. Quite strange. So look at it, guys. Sorry. Look at it, guys. It has this strange little design. And I thought it was a classic little. Now, oh, yes, I've managed to insert the needle, and I hope it shows. Let me zoom out for a bit. Yes, I think this is perfect. Now, I will push the. Okay, you can see that it fills with water. Yes. So this is quite delicate and it's hard for me to film it, but I will just fill it with water. And I'm hoping that the water will get out of this section somehow. Or I simply can push like this and insert all the ink from the cartridge. If I manage to do it, yes, look what I'm doing. Let me zoom out. So I'm pulling the ink and in a way it cleans it from the inside. And guys, I yes, I think I will bring another glass of water because you will see in a minute. I will return. I've just returned, guys, with the empty glass, and I will put the dirty water here. Now I will draw some clean water from here, and I don't know which one. Oh, this, I think it's this one. So again, I will try to insert it. Yes, I've managed to do that, and just place it right here. I will push the 3-inch. You can see it is filling up. Let me see if I can push all of it, but then I don't know. No, definitely no. So now I will draw it. Okay, let me repeat the procedure. Draw it. Okay, guys, and now I will remove the excess. Okay, the dark one here. Now I will repeat this procedure, and you've got the idea, guys. So this is a way to clean this cartridge again. And yes, you have to be patient and repeat this for some time. You can see here the dark. We don't have time for this, but I will try to remove all the water from it as good as I can. Okay. Oh, all my effort. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Just, this is a nightmare. No, it's simple. I will push, I will extract it, and now I will take it out. Okay, now again, right in the middle. Okay. I hope I will manage to take all of it out. And I'm sorry, guys, it takes such a long time. But this is a fun part of this hobby. You can play with the inks and play with the fountain pens, try to restore them as good as you can. Now I will try to clean the excess of the ink like this. Okay. And now, guys, let's do the little experiment. I will put the glasses off, and remember, this is quite an expensive ink, and I'm trying to preserve it. So I will take a small quantity of it. Now I will place it in the ink cartridge, and you will see. Okay, it fills, and yes, okay. Because it's not expensive, I will put the rest of it on the bottle. Why not? Let me put the syringe here in water. I will open this one and I will insert the cartridge. This is strange, guys. So it appears I have a cartridge that it isn't compatible. And I'm sorry, I've wasted your time. It was in that bottle. It had Aurora written on it. And it appears that it won't fit. So I don't want to waste your time. I just noticed this. So I will put this like here. I don't want to waste the precious ink because I want to show you, I want to show you the other Hastil from my collection, which came with this cartridge. It doesn't say on it Aurora, but look at the difference. So I hope that you can see. This has a great hole, and this has a small hole, and I'm not so sure why is this fact. So definitely you can see that this can fit this. Okay, so it should fit. At least on this it fits. But now I can see that, yes, maybe, oh yes, they are quite different, as you can see. So the original and this one, they are rather different. So quite strange, guys. I'm sorry for this. This shows us that we have different versions of the Hastil, and they have different filling cartridges, special filling cartridges. But you know that every review won't be a review without a written sample. So I have here the Mont Blanc ink. I will just dip this beautiful nib, and I hope that we can write with it. This is a fountain pen designed to be posted, so don't worry about the scratches. I will leave this aside. And for the writing sample, I will change the angle of the camera. So, guys, I have here a beautiful Aurora. Let me dip it again in ink. It has this hidden feed, and I hope that it would take some little ink for me to do the written sample. Aurora. Well, it appears that it started to write. So Aurora, no. Yes, the Aurora Hastil. And guys, I must tell you, because of this part, I have a loose nib. It is almost impossible for me to write with it. I will just use it as it is. Let me see reverse writing. Look at reverse, how great the ink flow is. Yes, it's almost impossible for me to do a proper written sample because of this broken part over here. Guys, this was my review, and it shows that when you buy vintage fountain pens, you must check them out thoroughly because this small detail breaks the whole fountain pen. So where could I find a little plastic piece like this to fit to my fountain pen? Maybe this is a lost project. Definitely a weak point at this beautiful fountain pen. Guys, don't get me wrong, it is what it is, and I like in my reviews to show you all the strong points and the weak points of the fountain pens, and I like to tell you the right price that I paid for them, and you would know how to avoid my mistakes. So, Aurora Hastil, the original version, you already saw the vermeil version. I'm in love with this fountain pen. I think it is quite complicated fountain pen. It is simple, but with the clever design of the clip, with those two legs over there at the end of the body, and with that feed, that interesting feed that was inspired even the Chinese from today. Look at this Chinese model. So that was an innovative system that used all the ink in the ink cartridge. So designed in the 1970s by the Italians and copied in 2019 by the Chinese. Not a problem. If it works, it works. Guys, this was my review of a wonderful classic Italian fountain pen, a trendsetter, a real, I could say, a real Lamy 2000 of the Italian designers. And they were designed, by the way, with this beauty, Lamy 2000. This was designed in 1967 and this in 1969. So they were designed in a period where the fountain pen industry was quite in struggle in the battle with the ballpoint pen. They needed to get on the market interesting, modern looking fountain pens that could start the interest of the new generation of consumers. So, quite innovative design, quite modern designs, both part of the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art in New York. So, that says a lot about their design and their heritage. This was my review. I'm sorry it took so long. I tried to fill the wrong ink cartridges. I really thought that if they were in this original box, they should fit every Hastil model. It appears that the Hastil had some small modifications in its production life. And if I'm not mistaken, the Hastel is still produced by Aurora, so as well as Lamy is still produced by the Germans at Lamy. Thank you for your time, guys. I want to wish you to have a wonderful day wherever you are. If you've enjoyed this long review, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. I want to wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you for your time. I will see you again at the next episode. Till then, take care of yourself in this pandemic time. Bye bye.